Spy satellites, stealth fighters, the atomic bomb. These were all once top secret weapons programs. Makes you wonder, what other secret technology is the U.S. military working on now? And could they be working with allies from another planet? According to one foreign government, this video proves it. September 2018, the Mediterranean Sea. An F-18 is approaching the deck of the carrier USS Ford. It looks like a pinpoint precise landing. But then,
as it goes to touchdown, we actually see a triangular-shaped UFO, like something that would be right out of an alien movie. And you're like, whoa, let's rewind that.
The object definitely doesn't look like any known military aircraft. And that triangle shape, that means something.
Historically, UFOs have been certain types of shapes. You've got cigar UFOs, saucer UFOs, and triangle UFOs. So the fact that there was a triangle UFO on this aircraft carrier, that really sent the UFO community into a frenzy.
The USS Ford video becomes more than clickbait. It becomes international news. The Iranian state media declares it proof that the US is plotting with aliens to take over the world. And even when this official version of the video surfaces, same plane, same ship, but no UFO, people aren't convinced.
Some are wondering, is this original video really the original video? Or did they edit out the triangular-shaped UFO to keep us from knowing that they actually are harboring alien spacecraft?
The U.S. military's so-called black budget for military research and covert ops is estimated at about $50 billion a year. Is this video proof of your tax dollars at work? Let's check in with our experts. Science writer and forensic video analyst Mick West notices two things right away. First, look at those shadows.
The sun's rays are all parallel. They're all the same angle, like that helicopter angle. But if we go to here, it actually needs to rotate to there. So they've put the shadow at the wrong angle. These all have an angle like this, and these have an angle like that.
Then he stabilized the footage, keeping the deck fixed.
We can see the object kind of jiggles around. Everything else is staying nice and solid, but this is doing a little dance on the deck, which is because they haven't properly registered the motion tracking with the deck at a subpixel level.
Oh, and just one more thing.
It looks not just remarkably, but identically like a toy model kit of what is called the TR-3B. This particular aircraft is identical to the model that is for sale.
McMillan says videos like this aren't all fun and games. When they get exploited by hostile governments, they sow mistrust and anger towards the U.S. military. That's a common tactic in information warfare. So, our verdict? Hoax. And perhaps not such a harmless hoax. According to Scripture, the prophet Ezekiel witnessed fiery wheels in the sky. He considered them divine. Now you're about to see a video that could show another celestial object over Israel that also might not be of this earth. 2011, a resident of Jerusalem is out for a stroll when a bright light over the old city catches his eye. He begins to film, and this is what his camera captures. A bright ball of light hangs over the old city. Strange on its own, but then it drops down to just above the buildings, hovers, and amazingly zooms straight up, literally in the blink of an eye. Watch this last part again. The ball of light seems to be just above roof level. There's a bright flash that stuns the onlookers.
Whoa!
And it rockets up and out of frame in less than a second. This isn't just happening anywhere. The orb, or whatever it is sighted over one of Earth's holiest places, the Dome of the Rock, also known as the Temple Mount.
The Dome of the Rock is one of the most important sites in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, where Muhammad ascended into heaven. It's also the site where Abraham was about to sacrifice his son Isaac to God.
It is also where Solomon was said to have built the first temple, and centuries after it was destroyed, where Jesus cast out the moneylenders of the Second Temple. Could we be witnessing a modern-day miracle?
We have lots of stories where people, when they are having a religious moment, see lights in the sky. Because we're at a holy site, maybe something holy is happening.
This idea of a UFO Holy Land connection was revived in 2020 when an Israeli space expert sent eyes looking towards the heavens with a startling claim.
Haim Ashad, who was Israel's space security chief, went on record claiming that Earth was being visited by extraterrestrials. You literally had the highest ranking official of Israel's space program coming out publicly stating that there was a galactic federation of alien races.
Ishad, who was promoting a book at the time, has never revealed his sources. But he's not the only believer in this federation. It is said that the Federation consists of hundreds of thousands of members and was founded millions of years ago.
Well, I believe this statement by the Israeli Space Secretary is the truth. This whole idea of the Galactic Federation can be traced back to the Eisenhower administration in 1950. There were numerous reports that he had contact with an extraterrestrial.
Haim Eshed says that as part of the pact, we're allowing aliens to conduct experiments on Earth, and we built a joint underground base on Mars. So is this object a UFO, a known craft, or a bit of video hocus pocus? First, could this be Israel's Iron Dome missile system? It has been used to detect and shoot down over 2,000 rockets.
The problem with that is it shoots up. It doesn't come down like this does. Number two, the object ends up hovering. The defense system doesn't do that. As far as whether that could be a drone, there's a lag time. When you add full power, we didn't see that. It just went boom, straight up in the air. So that takes drone out of the equation.
That seems to narrow it down to one option, a UFO. If the video is real, we run it by Michael Primo's expert eye.
So I began the analysis with media interrogation, noted that there was insufficient digital information to verify it as a camera original. The metadata was scarce.
Whoa. That likely means the video was run through at least one software program, stripping away much of the metadata.
Upon further analysis, we applied macroblock visualization. This essentially means that the software took that information out, and those gradient values aren't actually recorded in the original recording. So in conclusion, this recording should not be considered authentic.
Whoa! It looks like someone had some fun making this video, so we're gonna call it a hoax. But this in no way disproves the Galactic Federation claim. According to Haim Eshed, the aliens will make themselves known to the wider world once humankind is ready for the truth. Next, we want to show you a video that blew up social media, a series of UFOs over Miami. But we want to know, is it real? Miami, Florida, in June of 2020. A man on the balcony of a downtown high-rise appears to capture something in the sky, and it's jaw-dropping.
Wow, no bull. Here's a sky over here, downtown, my house, my hand. What the is that? Holy.
Let's push in on that. At first glance, I'm gonna say it looks like a triangular craft rimmed by 5 lights. But a closer look reveals there's a 6th light, and one light is much brighter. And then...
Oh, what is that? What the...
The lights fan out like they are 6 different craft. As the witness continues his play-by-play, they zoom off into space at warp speed.
Oh, wait, bye.
Author and journalist Alexis Brooks has written and spoken extensively about UFOs.
So the question becomes, could this be a UFO? There are a lot of people having a lot of sightings, particularly in more recent years. In fact, it's been known that a sighting is reported every 8 seconds globally.
The lights remind some of another weird phenomenon. For decades, orbs called the Hesdalen lights have been seen over Norway, sometimes hovering, sometimes shooting off at speeds estimated at 20,000 miles per hour. Always silent, the Hesdalen lights have been known to sterilize soil near where they are sighted. Explanations include UFOs or an anomaly caused by gases released from the Earth. Yet the Miami footage is more orderly. really like UFOs flying in formation. It quickly goes viral.
What is that? Oh, wait. Bye. Whoa, it's incredible. Wow.
So what accounts for the strange lights? We have two video experts ready to weigh in. Forensic video analyst Michael Primo examines video evidence for court cases. And he doesn't just focus on what we're seeing, but also on what we're hearing.
When we investigate these types of recordings, we detect that there is a human reaction time where the brain needs to essentially catch up. And in this particular case, we don't see any kind of reaction time to a unnatural phenomenon such as this.
Downtown, my house, my hand.
It's almost as if the operator knows exactly what's going to happen when it happens. He's reacting almost perfectly. There is no reaction time.
Oh, wait. Bye.
Then he instantly says, okay, bye, and then he pans away from it. It's very strange. I would expect that an operator doesn't simply move away after they see something like that. They stay focused on it.
Mark D'Antonio, another video analyst with a degree in astronomy, pointed out something else. Look at how the UFOs move compared to the background when the camera shakes.
As we step through this frame by frame, the clouds move, and the object doesn't move with the clouds. The object, frame by frame, is changing position while the clouds are more gently moving in one direction. This is evidence of bad tracking, it's called, and it's a process by which we put fake things into real footage to make it look real.
And the biggest red flag of all, how could a cluster of UFOs appear over downtown Miami and only one guy notice?
Where are the other witnesses? We had one.
Whoa.
The man who says he made the video declined our request for an interview. Turns out you can overlay orbs on video with a simple smartphone app. Our verdict is hoax, one that muddies the water for people really trying to study UFOs. We'll call them out when we see them. In an earlier episode, we brought you this video, a UFO over North Carolina that appeared to subdivide not once, but twice. Our experts couldn't agree what that was. And now we've got another challenge for them, a similar phenomenon in a different place. Warminster, England, about 100 miles west of London. The passenger in a parked car notices something that appears to be a couple of helicopters or drones. But then, look at this. They seem to split into 5 or 6 smaller objects and then perform a series of coordinated maneuvers. And it isn't the only video like this coming out of England. Almost 300 miles away in Sunderland, a beachgoer catches this on camera. Here, 2 bright orbs loop across the sky and seem to divide. It looks kind of like fireworks at first, but then watch. The split orbs proceed to conduct similar coordinated maneuvers just like the Warminster video. They remind journalist and author Alexis Brooks of other first-hand accounts.
In the field of ufology, there is something, in fact, called UFO mitosis. Objects that are seen first as one and then replicating themselves and following a similar trajectory. This could be what we're seeing.
And taking it one step further, Brooks wonders if the UFO's splitting is part of an actual biological process.
I've spoken to quite a few individuals who have been taken on board craft that believe the craft is actually alive. Not just the occupants of the craft, but the craft itself. The assumption is that the craft may in fact be sentient as well.
During World War II, Winston Churchill suppressed reports of a UFO sighting in order to avoid widespread panic. Could these splitting UFOs be similar to what he feared? We turn to our experts for answers. Military analyst Tim McMillan looks at the Sunderland footage and eliminates some possible explanations.
It's not consistent with any fireworks that I'm familiar with, mainly because it's doing barrel rolls, it's leaving a lot of showering sparks.
McMillan also thinks that no secret weapon would be tested or operated over a public beach, out in the open like this.
It's doing a pretty impressive show that would lead me to believe that we're not looking at classified military technology.
He also thinks he can rule out UFOs, if only because of those odd sparks.
I'm unfamiliar with anybody who has seen any UFOs showering sparks and doing barrel rolls.
In recent years, China has used elaborate drone swarms to create synchronized displays. Could this be something similar?
Potentially a drone-type system that is specifically designed to provide a fireworks display that's able to shower sparks and do barrel rolls and travel all throughout the sky like this.
So it's possible. But instead of focusing just on the objects, astronomer and video effects designer Mark D'Antonio looks at these people on the beach.
I see what appears to be people looking at this. This person looks like he's looking some other direction. That would be a pretty eye-catching thing. Here's people, they're bent over, doing other things, and that this is happening without anyone really paying attention to it. That is sort of a bit of a red flag for me.
And if this video is sort of a red flag for D'Antonio, the Warminster video raises that flag and gives it a good wave.
Now, coming out from behind the hill, look, they're suddenly there. So watch. Boom. They started out here. The transition out of the hill is missing. It was removed from the video, probably because the person who was creating this put in his little dots and took those frames out because he couldn't get a convincing exit from the hill. I think I have to label this one a hoax.
One more thing about the Warminster video. Just about every time the orbs get close to the hill, everything goes blurry. You see this? Like there's something to hide. There is no point in splitting hairs over self-splitting UFOs. We're concluding that both videos are in fact CGI creations. Gotcha.